Hey folks, it's Sean from RennEleven here, and guess what? I'm sweating my bollocks off here in Dubai. Dubai, the city of gold, famous for its incredible architecture, wonderful cityscapes, and of course, a vast array of supercars. However, being RennEleven, we're going to be focusing on one thing, the 911. We're here today at NVN Motorworks. Now this place is the premier PPF company in Dubai. The sort of cars that they get to look after are incredible, and we're not just talking about run-of-the-mill sports cars, some seriously impressive classics as well as hypercars, and very, very rare beasts indeed. Let's go take a little look. At 8,000 square feet, the NVN studio is the largest of its kind in the UAE, only dedicated to car protection and detailing. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, I have an inside person, Abbey Blundell, sales manager for NVN Dubai. Abby, thank you so much for having me here.
No worries.
What a setup you've got here. It
and
is
you're
incredible.
here.
I know, I can't believe it.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
RennEleven in Dubai.
Yes, RennEleven in Dubai, the first of hopefully many trips over here with RennEleven. So, let's start from the beginning. Okay, so NVN PPF. For the viewers watching this, tell me a little bit more about the why for NVN Motorworks.
Okay, so my boss opened NVN Dubai almost 2.5 years ago now, and basically he was looking for protection for his 458 Speciale. He looked around, did a bit of research, couldn't really find anything he was completely happy with, and that's when we were born.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say protection, you're talking about paint protection film?
Paint protection film, PPF, yes.
PPF, yes.
So it's the only thing that we offer. It's our core business. The main thing that people are bringing their cars here for is that. We don't offer colour change or anything like that.
Okay, cool. So you keep the original colours that the car came in, and all you do is seal and protect it?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about PPF first of all. Explain what it is and the basics.
Okay, so contrary to a lot of people probably presume, it's completely different to like a colour change wrap. It's not to make your car look different in terms of changing the colour or anything like that. It's to protect it and keep it looking original as it should do, brand new out of the showroom, and in fact better than it would have done from the showroom. Awesome. Yeah.
That's brilliant. So it's not vinyl per se. What's the material?
So it's like a polyurethane material. Okay. So it's a certain thickness, not too thick, not too thin. Actually, is kind of the right thing to kind of describe it as. Basically, it's a clear film that goes on your car, and we pre-cut it, so you're not removing any badges, any panels, anything like that. And we're quite unique for that as well. We have a plotting machine that does that for us, and it's basically applied panel by panel individually. And actually, before that, going back before that, we actually prepare the car as well and do a 3-step paint correction to basically put the paint in the best possible condition. See, a lot of the cars that we have, they do come straight from a showroom, brand new, mostly. And these, people have the presumption that their car's perfect, it's just been come straight from the dealership. That's not true. There's always going to be scratches, swirl marks, things like that on the car that the normal person doesn't see. And we actually spend time removing these to make the paint the best possible condition before we protect it.
Okay, wow. So it's quite an in-depth process.
Yes.
So although you say all you do is PPF, you do the detailing aspect of the car.
Yes, that's what we do before with the 3-step paint correction. So we'll spend minimum 3-4 hours on it, and we can spend up to 2 days. So for example, we had a brand new Ferrari come recently, and it was a special paint, flat paint, like a grey colour. And basically with that, we spent almost 2 days doing that, despite the fact it was brand new, because any little imperfection is going to show up, and we ensure we remove anything like that before we apply anything, because otherwise it's pointless if you don't do the preparation properly beforehand.
Well, there's 3 P's, isn't it? Piss poor preparation.
Exactly.
You don't want to do that.
That's exactly it.
No, and I can see the entire operation. There is a certain level of obsessive compulsive I don't want to call it disorder. It's more like OCB, obsessive compulsive like blessings.
Yeah.
Because everything is like fastidious, even down to like the desks here and the way it's set up, and downstairs it's just pristine.
You'd be hugely surprised about how the paint protection film can differ. You can pay probably half of what we charge, but it's not just about the film, it's about the quality of the job as well. If you want someone that tells you, oh, you can pay very little money and a 2-3 day job, you are not going to get the quality that you need, especially on the kinds of cars we work on. So there's a huge difference in it. And for example, like going back to the installation, sometimes there's a bit of imperfection after curing, or we'll notice like a line in the film or something only visible after curing. We would change this, you know. So we go right to every level to make absolute perfection before the car leaves us.
You can definitely see that, and that's incredible. But at the same time, it's like very time consuming.
It is, I mean, but the point is, like I said, is that the car rolls out of here better than brand new, and even, you know, any imperfection, making sure that that leaves as well. The film is also self-healing, so any like scratches, swirl marks, anything in the film, these self-heal themselves, as I showed you, with the use of hot water or also engine heat and sunshine is going to do the same thing as well.
Okay, so it's safe from all the elements, and let's be honest, like outside today it's about 41, 42 degrees. So it is exceptionally warm. Yes,
it's probably the most extreme climate in the world around here. So we really have to watch the quality, especially with the kinds of cars we're working on, of course, you know. Yeah. So it's not just about the now, it's how the film lasts as well.
Okay. Yeah. That's brilliant. And after you do everything, because the amount of water that's needed to put the PPF on and make it stick, you actually have these Kershaw sort of floor buffers to go over and do everything again.
You wouldn't believe what that costs, but it's so worth it, you know, like, because there's water everywhere, all day, every day. We're kind of using the machine to get rid of that. But it's kind of the, you know, part of the environment as well is clean. You've seen it, like we try and keep the dust, and we're also using triple filtered water to kind of get every aspect above and beyond.
That is brilliant. And that's, again, that level of detail that I love seeing. I feel like with everything, you buy cheap, you buy twice, but with you, NVN, it doesn't feel like it would ever, there's nothing scrimped or saved.
Exactly, hand on heart, I've not had one person ever come back and tell me that they're unhappy with the job, but I have had more than, I can't even give you a number, a lot of people who have even maybe initially rang me up, I've spoken to them and I've maybe lost their business due to the cost, but then they've ended up paying twice because they've taken it elsewhere, the job isn't good, for several different aspects, and then it's come back to me. So exactly what you just said, buying it twice, pay twice.
We're incredibly fortunate to have Hamza Malik's brand spanking new 991 Speedster, the first registered in the UAE, on site. And of course it's getting the NVN PPF treat.
So a little bit of a history lesson on the Speedster. The original Speedster was based on a 1500 356 and came out in 1954. It only had 69 horsepower, but those traditional Porsche values of lightweight and nimbleness remained supreme throughout the build of the original Speedster. Now, another thing to remember, you actually had a removable windscreen, so this truly was a race car for the road. Let's fast forward now to the present day Speedster. Now there have been a few iterations previous to this, including a G-body one, there was a 964, and most recently there's also been a 997. Now, the cool thing is about the 991 downstairs, it is there to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Porsche, and also marked as the swan song of the 991 era. That car is incredible. You'll notice a few styling cues from some of the GT cars because it is a GT designed vehicle. The only real difference is you get that wonderful Speedster roof and you can enjoy the sound of that wonderful 4 litre. It is an incredible car. So it's not just for new cars, am I right? Because you worked on a turbo 964, 1992, 93, something like that.
1992, exactly, yeah. So a lot of people, and they would be right to assume that it is mainly for newer cars, you know, but that doesn't mean that we cannot do older cars, you know. So our system probably goes back to, I think, 1970 something. You'd be shocked. You wouldn't think that something this modern, pre-cut and everything would be something for these age cars, but you're wrong. you know, we check the depth of the paint and everything, and check the car can handle it, because of course some of these cars have quite weak paint. But the positive of doing it to a car that age is, obviously, if you think about it, you normally maybe polish it every so often.
Yeah.
With this, you're polishing it one last time, then you're preserving the paint because you're putting the paint protection film on it.
That's brilliant.
So it's, you know, you're kind of keeping the paint at the level of thickness it is, so in the future you should be able to remove the PPF no problem and keep it as it is.
So it literally sustains the car, sustains the paint, keeps it the same level, correct level. It's like a no-brainer to have it done on new cars.
Exactly, that's the exact right words for it.
That's brilliant. Your taste in cars, because I know you worked for Land Rover back in the day.
Yes.
Now, your taste in vehicles, has it changed somewhat since, you know, being wowed at the start of working for MVN to maybe now? Because you do get a lot of supercars here. People don't realise it's literally like every other car is like 190 mile an hour, 200 mile an hour capable.
Exactly. I mean, it's very, very exciting to work here. I'm really, really lucky to work in this industry.
Of course.
Me and my other half, you know, our life revolves around cars just like it does yours. So you certainly get to see some things here and get up close to things that we probably never would have done if we weren't in this industry, and probably in this country so much.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm kind of jealous. I get to see hatchbacks every day. You get to see supercars, hypercars every day.
You can always move here.
that
I'm
could
sure
be
the
an
UAE
idea.
would welcome you.
Perhaps. You never know. Abby, thank you so much for today. I really appreciate it, Amy.
Yes.
Next week on RennEleven, our final Dubai video in one of the greatest personal auto galleries in existence. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to RennEleven.